Well, good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. Yeah, a bit of a late start heading out into the bush today, only because I had to do a run into town to do a dump run and other necessary things. So right now for me, it is December 20th. So a few days yet to Christmas, but it is time to go on the Christmas tree hunt. So there is a few potentials down in here that we're going to go looking for. See what we can find. Yeehaw. That one's not bad. The nice thing about living in a forest like this, there's never any shortage for Christmas trees. Oh, look at all the snow. All right, guys, this is going to be fun in here, knocking this one clear. Oh boy. Wow, okay. So that's our tree, that one right there. So we'll take this down, cut it to an overall length of 10 feet, and take up to the back of the house, and then trim it to its final statistics and get the base on it. And there we go. All right, we got our tree cut and up at the back of the house. Now we still have to trim it up a little bit, and we've got to make the base. So this is my old metal base. I've had this for a long time and it really works very well. So the trick to getting your tree standing up straight and reasonably sturdy is to make sure that you've got a nice straight trunk. Make sure the bottom of it is cut off nice and square, and then make sure it's well supported inside your stand. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just needs to fit. All right, there we are, guys. Nothing fancy, but it does fit. Goes right to the bottom, but is a pretty close fit in there. There's not a lot to wobble around. And that's going to help stop the bottom of the tree from wobbling around. So next is the part I usually get in trouble for. Taking it into the house. Well, there we are. Okay, so next job is out in the shop. We have redone Art's gates into the main field that goes back to the wood processor and the big sawmill. So we need to put a wheel on the bottom of the two gates that are now there, but the tubing that the gates are made out of is fairly thin. So I'm going to turn up a couple of hardwood dowels and take down to Art, and he and a couple of other lads are going to drive those dowels up inside the gates and mount the wheels. Alright guys, we're out in the shop and about to start work on these two dowels that we need for the inside tube of Art's fence. So I've got a piece of oak here that is big enough that I can just cut it in half and make the two dowels out of it. I might have to cut this in the bandsaw. We'll see how this goes. Gotta love those Diablo blades. All right, there's our rough stock. Alright, there's dowel number one. One more to go. Alright guys, so we've got some work going on the lathe. My son is in there learning how to run the wood lathe from a guy who's got very little experience from it. But anyway, he's having fun with it, and that's good. So we're on our way out after this storm that hit, which was basically rain and slush. So we got a fair bit of stuff in the driveway again. So we're on our way out to do some quick measuring of our mailbox. So I want to get an idea of how big this one is, and then kind of scale the size of the one I'm going to make from there. Now I'll prep. It is slippery. Well guys, we have suffered through a few winter storms, but nothing that we couldn't handle, so everything is in good shape out there. Got the driveways and sidewalks all cleared, and we're back into the shop to do a little more work. And we're finally going to get started on the mailbox. My son had a bit of fun playing on the wood lathe. He made a little decorative bat that he's taken home. It looks quite nice for the first project he's done on a lathe. So we will get on with this mailbox. So I did a very quick sketch out there just to kind of give me an idea of where I'm going. So my mailbox is 19 inches long, 6 inches wide, 6 inches high up to the radius, and then another 3 inches there. So ours is going to be a peaked roof, and because I'm using heavier material than the sheet metal that it's made out of, I'm going to make my width and length a little bit longer and wider. So I'm probably going to go around 20 inches in length and probably 8 inches in width. And we'll just see where things end up with. So I've got some pine in here that we're going to start working with and start cutting down to size. It is rough cut. So we're going to cut it down to width and then start running it through the planer. So this is what we're going to start with. These were cut from basically a stump that was cut off that still looked like it had some decent wood in it from a tree that cracked and fell from pine. So this is 1 inch. That will be our bottom. And this is 5/8. Now, we're going to see if we can get our sides, front and back, out of this. We'll see how it goes anyway. We'll start by just getting a couple of straight edges here and then figure out where in this board we can get our base from. So this didn't come out quite as flat as I want it to, so I'm just going to touch it up with a power planer here to get this side flat, just so I've got a datum side to work from. Alright, that looks pretty good now. So I cut this piece a bit wide intentionally because I wanted to see what it actually looked like after I had run it through the planer. And there's something I didn't see. There is definitely some rot right there. And if you flip it up on its edge, you can see it running right through here. But I cut this whole thing an inch wider than what I initially planned on cutting, which was 8 inches. So I can cut an inch or 3/4 of an inch off of here and have that piece gone completely. And then I'll have a finished size. Alright guys, there we go. We got a nice piece of clear pine for our base. The little rotten piece that was on there is gone. I've only got the bare edge of a knot there, and that will be at the back. And the rest looks good. So we've got a good start, and we'll move on from here. And I've just got company showing up. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. So if you guys have been enjoying my videos, I'd ask you to please like, and I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. We're going to go feed the turkeys and go in and have a little visit. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the trails the next time.